WCJB TV 20, your home team. WCJB TV 20 News, Nightbeat.
First debate for the Republican candidates fighting for the governor's mansion is over. We'll tell you what issues were brought up and what the candidates had to say.
It was the hangout 20 years ago, but today overgrown grass and broken swings tell a different story. Will the old spot in Northwest Gainesville get a makeover? We'll have the story.
And the Iranian government says no to a deal offered by the United Nations. And the country has a counteroffer. We'll have the details. The Nightbeat starts now.
I'm asking for your vote. I need your support to win.
I'm prepared to be your governor. I'm asking for your vote.
Republican candidates for Florida's governor make a plea tonight in their first televised debate. Good evening, I'm Stephanie Softlis in for David Snyder.
And I'm Paige Beck. Florida's Chief Financial Officer Tom Gallagher and Attorney General Charlie Crist sounded off on all the bases, making heated comments on several social issues. The candidates tackle the abortion issue, same-sex couples adopting children, offshore drilling, stem cell research, and immigration. The two Democrats running for governor, U.S. Representative Jim Davis and State Senator Rod Smith, will go head-to-head in their first televised debate tomorrow night. It, too, can be seen on public television starting at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, there was no debate. Instead, just a night of campaigning at a political rally in Lake City. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Stephanie?
Well, it was another hot one today, Bill, and not too many white fluffy clouds. More like dark gray clouds.
Right, gray elephants instead of the white elephants. And we're going to have a little bit more as far as rainfall goes over the next couple of days. Heavy rain in isolated spots like we had today. We had a few flood advisories earlier this afternoon, but even tonight, some showers and thunderstorms continuing back out there right along the Gulf Coast over just to the north of Horseshoe Beach. We'll zoom into Dixie County here, south of Steenhatchee, Horseshoe Beach, and areas just to the north, seeing some rainfall moving onshore. And this morning we had some rain back over towards Cedar Key, so I expect we'll probably see a little bit more activity down towards Suwannee and Cedar Key for tomorrow morning. Once again, very typical for this time of year. Even some showers overnight tonight could be moving onshore here into parts of Levy County, so we'll be watching for that potential. We also have a new tropical storm, the fourth named tropical storm of the season. Take a look at the graphic. You'll see it right here. Tropical storm Debbie. That's Debbie with a Y. About 300 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands. Winds at only 40 miles an hour, so a very weak tropical storm at that. Movement to the west-northwest at 18, and the central pressure actually very high at 1,003 millibars. When we say high, that means it is not a very strong storm. Will it survive over the next several days, and will it become possibly our first hurricane of the season? We have the latest advisory. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes.
Real quickly, how was the weather tonight in Lake City? Did they get the same storms that the coast did?
Oh, not really. We had some fairly quiet weather. They had the rain earlier this afternoon through the early evening hours. All the heaviest rain for this evening was back over towards Palatka into the east of the St. Johns River and then back out towards the west coast. So everything actually pretty quiet back up to the north.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, I'm sure a lot of politicians were happy that the weather held for them in Lake City tonight. A lot of politicking going on there. The Columbia County Republican Executive Committee hosted an event. More than 150 people attended. The night kicked off with, of course, live music and food, and it gave a lot of candidates a chance to talk about their future.
It's so beautiful. We're here with the gazebo, and all the citizens have turned out, and you get the chance to shake hands and get to know people on a first-name basis, and it's very, very special. I wish we could do this all over the state.
So we appreciate it.
Early voting, of course, as we told you yesterday, began then and will end on September 3rd. That is for the primary.
It's called the Tot Lot, but broken swings, graffiti, and overgrown grass has it looking more like a vacant lot. It's a playground on Northwest 5th Avenue, and for years the Gainesville Housing Authority has maintained the land. Now they don't have enough money to keep it up, so the city is stepping in to get it back in the swing of things. It's a place where kids can play. Well, for Jacoby Ford, it's a place where he used to play.
When I was young, I used to come out here and I used to play around with my friends and we would play on the spider.
But the spider, like the swings and the basketball court, is broken. Now Ford says he tries to stay away from the place where he used to play.
They fixed up all the other parks, but for some reason they didn't fix up this one.
Until now, the Gainesville Housing Authority is putting the ball in the city's court. The Community Redevelopment Agency has set aside $10,000 to turn this playground around.
That could include playground upgrades or maintenance, a number of things.
This is just one part of a major redevelopment project in the 5th Avenue Pleasant Street area. The CRA is trying to rejuvenate areas around the city that have fallen to neglect.
That's why the Community Redevelopment Agency decided to step in and help out so we can upgrade this lot so it can be used again for the children in the community.
A thought Ford says would bring him and his friends back to this park.
Give them more, time instead of just like running around and, doing little things. It'll be much fun. You'll probably see the kids much more smiling.
And keep his mom, Chandra Davis, from worrying about her son's safety in an area she says has taken a turn for the worse.
When you look at the neighborhood that we're in, the kind of drug dealers kind of took it over at one point in time. It'll give the kids something else to do other than just, running around.
Now, the city plans to meet with the 5th Avenue Pleasant Street Planning Committee in September to talk about ways to improve the playground's layout.
An argument between the Gainesville Airport and the City of Gainesville could cost the airport $2.8 million in grant money. The airport has to return a grant application to the FAA by this Friday. The city has to sign off on it because they own the land, but they won't do that unless the airport agrees to let the city have the final say on any eminent domain issues down the road. That's something the airport has had control over since 1987.
These are all safety enhancements, things that'll improve the safety and the operational efficiency of the airport. So important to the airport operations. Doesn't really have anything to do with land or eminent domain or expansion of the airport at all.
City commissioners say that power of eminent domain should be in the hands of an elected body rather than an appointed body like the Airport Authority. The authority's regular monthly meeting is tomorrow night. We'll let you know what they decide to do.
Police now say a Bellevue man at the forefront of a fiery car chase yesterday started getting police's attention hours earlier. 43-year-old William Kennedy is accused of carjacking 2 vehicles yesterday. During the first carjacking, Kennedy injured 2 motorists when the stolen car he was driving crashed into their cars. Police say before the crash, Kennedy carjacked another vehicle in Bellevue and tried to kill the car's owner, but the gun jammed. When that car ran out of gas, police say Kennedy got into another stolen getaway car. Police say he was heading towards his mother-in-law's house to kill her when a deputy stopped him. Authorities chased him up the highway until the suspect crashed into 2 other vehicles just outside Ocala city limits.
FHP is handling the traffic accident. Ocala Police Department is handling the auto theft from the Kangaroo store. Bellevue, of course, has all the numerous crimes he committed down in that area, and we pick up from the time that we got the call about the carjacking.
Now, this isn't Kennedy's first run-in with the law. He's been arrested a dozen times in the last 20 years, and he will be headed back to jail once he recovers from injuries. Police do not have motives for his crimes.
It's a symbol from U.S. history, but it means different things to people. Now the Confederate flag may be showing up on a Florida license plate. Florida already has more than 80 specialty tags, but the Sons of the Confederate Soldiers want to add one more. The proposed plate displays the Confederate flag, and members of the group say the flag stands for bravery. Others say it's offensive.
Some people that have very sad histories and memories of past that we've experienced in some way or another, whether they're white or black, and some of our older black members, for instance, in our church and in this community, I think it's fair to say in general, would be somewhat offended by the state endorsing a Confederate flag.
But before the state can endorse anything, the Sons of Confederate Veterans must collect 30,000 signatures by December. If they get those signatures, the state legislature will take up the idea in the regular session next March. The Iranian government tonight has said no to a deal offered by the United Nations. The UN had hoped for a promise from Iran to give up its program of uranium enrichment. As ABC's Andrea Canning reports, Iran did come back with a counteroffer.
Tuesday, the Iranian government said it's ready to engage in what it calls serious talks over calls to suspend its nuclear program. The country responded to a package of incentives put forward by the world's 6 powers aimed at persuading Tehran to end its uranium enrichment activities.
Are they serious to their commitment to respect the right of Iran for having nuclear technology for peaceful purposes?
Iranian officials have designed a proposal they say will provide an exceptional opportunity to return to the negotiating table and reach a compromise.
We will obviously study the Iranian response carefully and but we are also prepared if it does not meet the terms set by the Perm 5 foreign ministers to proceed here in the Security Council.
The Western incentives package hasn't been made public, but is said to include a number of U.S.-backed economic and political carrots. Iran recently turned away UN inspectors wanting to examine its underground nuclear site, and for now says it's moving forward with what it calls a peaceful program designed for electricity production. U.S. officials said they will push for strong sanctions if Iran ignores the UN deadline, but many Security Council members are said to be concerned about imposing financial measures against a major oil exporter. The UN Security Council has given Iran until August 31st to suspend its atomic program or face the threat of economic and diplomatic sanctions. Andrea Canning, ABC News, Washington.
Medical technology is making a big leap into the future.
Now, medical records can actually be in the palm of your doctor's hand and in just a snap. Coming out, find what the new gadget and how it's saving lives.
But first, 2 pit bull mixes and a bulldog are now in animal control's custody after attacking school children in Jacksonville. That story is next. Stay with us.
You go to find over 800 vehicles at one convenient location. That's easy. Go Gatorland.
At Gatorland Kia, over 100 new Kias are priced for immediate sale. Right now, drive a new 06 Kia Sportage, just $199 a month. New 06 Kia Sorento, drive it only $229 a month. Plus, get 0 APR for up to 60 months and save up to $4,300. It all ends August 31st, so hurry.
See Gatorland Kia, North Main Street today. Go Gatorland!
Now is the best time ever to get a new Dodge. Get our employee price and get 0% financing or a cash allowance of up to $4,500 on most models. And if not satisfied, simply return it within 30 days. Get employee pricing plus on the Hemi-powered Dodge Ram, Durango with best-in-class interior room, the hot new Dodge Charger, or Grand Caravan with exclusive stow-and-go seating. All with employee pricing plus 0% financing or a cash allowance and our 30-day return program. Hurry, offers end August 31st.
Well, hello there, Florida. Welcome to your Mega Money game for Tuesday, August 22nd. I'm Michelle Lyles. Now match all 4 numbers and the Mega Ball number. You could win an estimated jackpot of $2 million. Now let's play Mega Money. Tonight's winning numbers are 36, 37, 31, 13. And for that $2 million top prize, tonight's Mega Ball number is 13. Now here's what's new, hot, and happening from the Florida Lottery. Love racing? Okay, lottery players, get ready to play Race for Cash from the Florida Lottery. Now this could be your ticket to victory lane. Rev up your game by playing Race for Cash. See your local retailer for details. Once again, tonight's Mega Money numbers are 36, 37, 31, 13, and your Mega Ball number is 13. Good night, and remember, when you play, we all win.
You're watching WCJB TV 20 News, Nightbeat.
A group of students were attacked behind their elementary school by 3 dogs in Jacksonville. One of the victims, just 9 years old, was bitten more than 8 times, and some of the bites were on the child's face. Jacksonville Fire Rescue had to rush 2 of the children to the hospital. An adult who moved in to try to fight the dogs off also was injured. Apparently the dogs escaped from their owner's backyard.
They were friendly, but then they attacked. And that's what scared me the most.
2 pit bull mixes and a bulldog are now in custody at Animal Control after being captured just around the corner of their house.
Pagers and cell phones are no longer the only way doctors can keep tabs on patients. Judy Fortin tells us about new technology that is saving lives.
Here's your heart, and that's your lungs. And it's actually a great looking chest x-ray.
A new handheld gadget is changing the way some doctors interact with patients. The Global Care Quest, or GCQ, puts a patient's entire medical record in the palm of a doctor's hand.
Having that objective data in your hand, anytime, anywhere, is a critically important piece of the puzzle in making better decisions safer decisions, and faster decisions.
So there's your kidney, very small pictures, but we'll take a closer look.
The GCQ transmits new images, lab work, and stored patient records using internet technology. No longer do nurses need to wait for a doctor to arrive at the hospital to make a decision on patient care.
Now, immediately, the x-rays are transmitted to me, so I can look at them on my smartphone and see whether or not the patient's going to require surgery. If they do, then they'll start preparing the patient for surgery while I'm driving there.
For those who worry about protecting patient privacy, the manufacturer claims the devices are fully encrypted at a level that would be acceptable to the Pentagon. For today's Health Minute, I'm Judy Fortin.
Gator fans, do you need something to hold on to until the season starts? There's a new DVD to celebrate 100 years of Florida football. Joe has a preview. That's coming up later in sports.
And the storm weather cleared in some areas tonight, at least long enough to let these two rally a little bit. And I did take my first tennis lesson the other day, Bill, and I don't think I'm as good as these people yet.
I think I could beat them. What are you kidding? I can't play at all. I'm like playing.
So is it going to stay that clear? That's the question.
I could play faster on stilts. Looks like we'll see a little bit more weather headed our way as we head over the next several days. But what about the tropics? More on that in a minute.
Announcing the best values of the summer on some of America's hottest selling new models during the Lincoln Mercury Celebration Clearance. Get $7,500 cash back, plus new extended powertrain coverage on Lincoln Navigator. Hurry, offer ends soon.
The 2006 Fords are really taking off because the Ford model year clearance is on. And every 06 Ford SUV comes with 2006 bonus cash, which means 7,006 total cash back on Expedition. Or choose 0% APR plus 2006 bonus cash on Expedition, Explorer, and Escape. This event ends soon. See your local Southern Ford dealer now.
This election is critical to Florida's future. Will property taxes keep rising along with home insurance rates? Will we build on Governor Bush's education success or slip backwards? These are big stakes and big choices. I've proven where I stand. We can run smarter, smaller government without raising taxes. We must get insurance rates down through more competition and continue education gains by spending at least 65% in the classroom and pay our teachers more. I'm Charlie Crist, and I'm ready to leave Florida.
Only happens once a year, and it's back. It's Toyota time at Roundtree More Toyota. Hi, I'm Ken Hazen. At Roundtree More Toyota, we've got no money down, no payments for 90 days, and 0% financing. So hurry in today. You can save thousands. Get your price and payment in 15 minutes. Take immediate delivery, and when we do business, we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe.